I don't know if I like. Let's see. You see it, babe? You see it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Now yes.
I'm sorry. I don't know if you heard me or not.
Yeah, you're doing that.
Okay. Live. If I stand it next to this thing. Okay. Oh, what's up, though? Hey, Black Sheep in this thing. Dang, let's get it. You on that Majesty. Oh, all right. This is the first live stream. All right, so I just wanted to talk about like what is Black Kids Travel and like how we really started, right? So how we started was, from my perspective, my boy Owen, billionaire Black Sheep, he came to me with this idea a long time ago. Like we were just chilling in LA. He was telling me about it, but I wasn't really behind it because I like thought that it was too pro black at the moment. So I was like, nah, I really don't want to stand for like being super pro black. So I ended up like shying away from the idea at first, but we ended up taking a trip out to Oregon and like chill with the homies, and it was a cool trip. And like we were talking more, and it really dawned on me. I was like, yo, we can spin it in a way to where we can include more people by including the black sheeps, right? Like the people that feel like the odd ones out in this world. There's a lot of people that feel that way. Like they can be orange, green, red, blue. There's a lot of people that feel like the odd ones out in this world. So yeah, that was the way that's the direction we took Black Kids Travel. So we started to build on that. We was literally trapping out of the house. We had a small apartment back in Burbank, California, and we were literally pressing shirts and sending it out to people. Like people were ordering it online, we were sending it out to people, and we were just really running this narrative of just including everybody that feels like the black sheep. And that ended up taking us to Bali eventually because of the pandemic. And we ended up getting a house in Bali and really just grinding in Bali with each other, with the boys, just really creating the brand and making it real. And over time, we went through so many different things. We went through hiccups of people in the group. We went through changing the clothing design, the logos, all types of things, like what it actually means to start a business, right? And I think that first of all, it taught us a lot. And now, to where we were when we first started compared to now, like we've got a completely focus and a sense of direction, right? And I think that um, when you create a company, it's like a baby, and you really have to like focus on your why, right? So I feel like our why really, if you want to narrow it down, is just to help like melanated people around the world feel good. Because usually when we travel around, no matter where you can go to India, you can go to Africa, you can go to Asia, you can go over to America, you can go to Australia. Everywhere you see darker melanated people, is usually poverty associated with that, or it's usually like you think like people think that like they're the stealers, they're the crooks, they're the broke people, right? So we really want to flip that narrative, and how we ended up finding that in our lives is through travel, right? Because when you travel, you really get to see things outside of what you see every day in your neighborhood. Especially like where I'm from Detroit area, and like in Detroit, it's not many people that even leave outside of Detroit. Like they don't even know what the suburbs look like, right? And it's not that like they're stupid, or it's not that like they don't have the resources, because especially when you're American, you have like a upper hand because you got like the American way. Like you speak English. It's not like you grew up in a different country, right, where you don't speak the language natively. But yeah, but I feel like we really wanted to flip that narrative, and the way we learned to break out of that like prison mentality was through travel. So we really have been focusing and want to give access to melanated people around the world. So that's something that we focus on. And yeah, we really just started. We really just started like not knowing what we were doing, but we had a vision and kept pushing forward to it. And now we're here, right? We've been doing so many different cool things, like traveling to see tribes in Indonesia. We went over to Guatemala and went to a festival. We went to India, seen the Taj Mahal. And it's so cool to be free. Like, and we just want more people to feel that way. We want more people to travel with us, right? So yeah, that's kind of like how we started, and things changed a lot because we really want to strive for health, wealth, love, and happiness for everyone, really. And yeah, so Blackish Travel, the core team is really me, Akil. I'm Akil. I'm from Michigan, like I told you before. And now I live in South Africa and I commute over to Bali too. And we've got Owen, billionaire black sheep from Michigan originally too, in Ohio. And he's in LA, lived in Bali too. And we've got Andrea. Andrea is originally from America, but she lives out in Bali too, because that was like our home base. We met Andrea. She's amazing. Like literally the operations, the brains behind BKT. And she now is in America, but traveling around. And we're just seeing what is going to take us to next. Let's see. What are you most excited for in 2023 with BKT? Man, I feel like it's so many possibilities, first of all. And then Blackish Travel, like my boy O just hit me up like, yo, I got to connect to the Taliban. Like, let's just go chill with the Taliban, like something like that. Like, I feel like it's so many opportunities when it comes to travel, first of all, and there's so many unknowns, right? And that's what I'm really excited for because I really don't know what to expect. I didn't expect to go to India. I didn't expect to go to Guatemala. Um, Everything that happened so far with BKT, like I really didn't know. It was like super unplanned, and we figured it out last minute. So yeah, I feel like in 2023, a lot more of that's going to happen, which is really interesting and exciting. But yeah, man, I'm here in Cape Town, and for y'all that are watching this later time or whatever, like it's such a beautiful place. Before, I never thought about coming to Africa because I thought that it was just like a place that was really gonna affect me in a different way. Like I knew on the motherland, it was like, I my people are here, but I thought that it was like a whole bunch of poverty that was associated with it, and it was unsafe. But when I got here, I'm like, man, this is just so beautiful to be around the people, to be so welcomed and loved. And also, it's super diverse here too. Like you got everybody here, like especially Cape Town. They call it the mother city because all of Africa comes here. It's not just like South Africans. It's people from West Africa, Nigeria, Ghana. You meet people from Ethiopia, areas like that. You meet people from Congo. A lot of people from Congo and Botswana and Mozambique. A lot of people I didn't even know like what language they speak, and some of them speak English natively. Like even when you go to these countries, so it's cool, man. Like I would have never known that if I didn't travel like outside of my comfort zone. And how I started traveling, like in this backpedal where like first I got the drive for traveling, but I started traveling at a very young age. My dad was big on travel when I was a kid. He had a house in Florida, and we grew up in Michigan, so we used to go down to Florida, chill at his house. And my mom, she's a pilot, so she really got me into traveling too. Like we used to take little trips around the country. But when I was around 15, 16, I got the courage to take my own trip alone to Europe, and I literally skipped school and I flew out to Amsterdam, and I had a time of my life alone, and I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have any like playbook. I stayed at a hostel. I just booked a hostel because somebody made a YouTube video about a hostel at the time. And yeah, so I did that. Stayed at this place called the Flying Pig in Amsterdam. Great place if you do the hostel life. And yeah, I feel like that really changed my life because from that point on, I kept going, right? I met friends. I moved to Germany when I was like 17-ish, 18-ish, right out of like got out of high school, just for a little bit in Nuremberg, Germany. And that really opened my eyes to travel and the possibilities, right? Because when I was a kid, I thought that I just had to hoop or I had to play football to make it out the hood ish, not even to make it out the hood, just make it out of Michigan. And now growing up to know that everything that I felt like I couldn't access is just right here in my hands. And because it all starts in the mind, right? Like at first I just thought that like I didn't really see people that looked like me do what I aspired to be. And all I wanted to be is just free. But now being able to do that, I feel like it's my duty to help others feel that way too. In similar positions that I maybe grew up in, or maybe feel like they're at a disadvantage in life. So yeah, so that's a little bit about me. And yeah, I started traveling young. I went over to Bali, went over to Germany, went over to Mexico, lived over in pretty much all over the world so far, and I keep going. And now I'm in Africa. And next, I really don't know what's next. I really like a base here in South Africa because it's, like I said, mentioned before, it's diverse. There's a lot of things to do. It's very modern. Like, I don't know, maybe I can turn this around. Let's just see if I can take you here. Like, this is my view from my house. It's sunset time at the moment, but it's so beautiful. And yeah, it's every day. Every day it looks like this. Every day I get inspired, and it makes me just want to see more of the world. I went on a safari for Christmas, which was amazing. I saw Simba in them. I saw some zebras. Didn't know that when the baby zebras first come out, they come out black, and then they develop their stripes like later on in life. So that was pretty cool to see, like some little baby zebras and stuff. And also to see rhinos before I know they go extinct and stuff like that. They had to cut off the horns because the poachers and stuff like that. And I heard of this stuff on YouTube before when I used to live in the States, but actually seeing it really made a difference. And it's hard to understand how people can like hurt animals. And it was funny, we saw that movie Avatar, and it was literally showing that too, about how people were messing with the whales, yada yada. I don't know if you guys seen that. But yeah, that's a little bit about Black Kids Travel. We love to travel, and we would love to expand our community. And we're looking for powerful individuals that especially are leading the melanated community to more peace, love, and awareness to empower us all, right? Because we all just need to feel good now. We all need more confidence. We all need to understand that we can do it too. And we need more representation in the space. We need more people that are out there doing big things, so more people want to join the movement. So that's really our goal, guys. And yeah, man, I was talking for a second. But yeah, so we're really keying on community right now. We've got a Discord group, but we're really active in Facebook at the moment. So if you guys jump in our Facebook group, Black Kids Travel, you can find us there. And definitely, if you have any feedback, any advice, if you want to get involved in any way, we definitely look to go to more events in the future. So that's going to be huge too. And definitely bringing our clothing back soon too. So we had our clothing before. We're trying out different designs, and really would love feedback on our clothes too. That, yeah, I think that's it for now. A little bit about us, first live stream, really figuring this thing out. But hope you enjoyed. If you're watching, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. And yeah, we'll keep posting consistent content. We almost post daily as reels at the time. And we do post videos sometimes. And you look out for Owen to be on here too. We're going to start live streaming consistently so people can get to know us better and definitely get to know the community. So I hope everybody have a great rest of your day wherever you are in the world, and peace, love, happiness. Feel good now.